For so many of us Aussies, Hungry Jack's is, well, it's an institution, right? It's that taste of home. But what if I told you that behind that classic flame grilled flavor, something's off? Something has seriously changed. And today, we're going to dig in and find out exactly what's going on.
Have you ever been in that drive-thru, taken a bite of your Whopper, and just thought, hang on, this isn't the same? Well, let me tell you, you are not going crazy, you're not imagining it, and we're about to show you exactly why you're feeling that way.
And this right here, this quote really hits the nail on the head. It just perfectly captures that feeling, doesn't it? That the trust we all had, built up over years and years, has been, well, quietly slipping away.
All right, so how on earth did we get to this point? Well, these changes didn't just happen by accident. Nope, they were a direct result of a huge corporate shakeup between 2016 and 2019. And the new game plan? Aggressive expansion and bigger profit margins, above everything else.
And look at this. This chart tells the whole story, really. On one hand, you've got revenue just shooting up, heading towards $1.7 billion. But at the exact same time, look what's happening to customer satisfaction. It's tanking. It dropped by a massive 23%. So the company's making way more money, but the people actually eating the food, yeah, they were getting less and less happy. So how'd they do it? It was all part of a very specific cost-cutting playbook. First, they moved food prep out of the restaurants and into these huge centralized industrial kitchens. Then they started quietly shrinking the portion sizes. Next up, experienced staff. A lot of them were replaced with cheaper, younger workers. And this one is a real shocker. Staff training in a lot of places was cut from 2 whole weeks down to just 3 days.
Okay, so all those big corporate decisions, they have a real direct impact on the actual food you get. So let's dive in. What's really in it? We're going to deconstruct the menu. First up, we have to unwrap the Whopper. I mean, this is the king, right? The burger that built the entire Hungry Jack's empire. It's supposed to be the best of the best, but what are we really getting under that bun these days? Well, for starters, it's 20% smaller. Yeah, over the last 10 years, without telling anyone, the weight of that famous Whopper patty has dropped from 113 grams all the way down to 91. It's the classic case of shrinkflation. You're paying more, and you're getting less.
And what's packed into that smaller patty? A jaw-dropping 950 milligrams of sodium. To put that in perspective, that's 41%, almost half, of your entire recommended daily salt intake, all in just one burger. Wow.
Okay, so you think, right, I'll skip the burger, I'll be good, I'll get the healthy option. You go for a salad. A smart choice, right? Or is it?
Just take a look at this. The Caesar salad with the dressing has 1,200 milligrams of sodium. That's not just a little more than the Whopper, that is way more. Let that sink in. The healthy salad has significantly more salt than the big signature burger.
We're talking 2/3 of your entire daily salt limit in a salad. A full 66%, that is just wild. And maybe you wash it down with a frozen Coke? Well, a large one has 76 grams of sugar. What does that even mean? It's like taking a spoon and dumping 19 teaspoons of pure sugar right into your cup. 19? So look, it's not just about what's in the food. We also need to talk about where it's being made. Let's go behind the kitchen door, because honestly, a pretty disturbing pattern of problems has been popping up. Get this, in just 2 years, from 2022 to 2024, 17 different Hungry Jack stores in New South Wales alone were slapped with official food safety improvement notices. And we're not talking about a little slap on the wrist. These are serious violations that need the government to step in.
So why? Why is this happening? Well, a former manager really laid it out for us. They said, we're measured on 90-second drive-through windows. When speed becomes more important than food safety, guess which one suffers? It's pretty clear, isn't it? The pressure for speed means safety can take a backseat.
And that intense pressure leads to this, a staff turnover rate that, in some places, is over 200% a year. Think about that. The entire crew is being replaced, on average, twice every single year. All that experience, all that knowledge about how to handle food safely, it just keeps walking right out the door. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. Your health, your choice, and the real cost. What does all this corporate stuff and food science actually mean for you, for your health, and for your wallet? Let's talk about where your money goes.
When you buy a Whopper for, say, $10.50, the ingredients in it, they only cost about $1.80. So what are you paying for? It's not quality ingredients. You're paying a huge markup that covers their marketing, their overhead, and, of course, convenience. And this is all part of what some people call the convenience trap. It's a cycle, you know? We're busy, we're short on time, so we grab fast food because it feels cheap and easy. But the real cost, the hidden cost to our health, that's a bill we end up paying much, much later. Listen, we get it. Sometimes life happens and fast food is the only option. So if you do end up at Hungry Jack's, here's how you can minimize the damage. Simple things, right? Go for the Whopper Jr. instead of the full size. If you get a salad, ask for no dressing. Steer clear of those store menu items. Skip the combo deals and just bring your own bottle of water. Seriously, these little tweaks can actually make a pretty big difference. And all this brings us to one last really important question. One for you to think about. The next time you find yourself pulling into that drive-thru, just pause for a second and ask yourself, am I eating this because I truly want it? Or is it just a habit? Because now that you know what's really going on, the choice is completely yours.